I'm lying in my tent this morning, still so tired from last night's debacle. There's so many sandflies or whatever they are here to bite me. Fortunately, I chose to bring a tent with good bug protection, this full bug protection, but I'm terrified to go outside because of all these bugs.
In the morning, since my route now coincided for a while with the well-known Te Araroa route, I met up with another backpacker named Yana.
I was inspired by the movie Wild. Saw that right after finishing my PhD. I've never hiked before, never more than 30 kilometers in 3 days. And I always wanted to do some kind of big adventure travel, but the last years were occupied by the PhD. So once I finished and I saw the movie, I knew this was the time to do it now.
Yana had been hiking the Te Araroa for months and had become an experienced thru hiker. Soon after we met, she asked me how much food I had left for our Richmond Range hike, and I told her that I had 7 days remaining. She told me that she didn't think I could finish in 7 days because New Zealand's weather is just crazy and unpredictable, and it did make me a little nervous. If she was right, then my last day or two would be really hungry days. Well, I made it to Slaty Hut at the top of this big mountain today, but I'm exhausted. I might be in just a little bit over my head here. I don't know. I'm super tired. I've stopped early today. I didn't make it as far as I wanted, but I'm gonna have a big dinner and just continue on tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not in over my head here. That night in Rock's Hut, Yana and I had a conversation about my food supply that reminded me of the adventurous kids in Stand By Me that did not plan very well.
Hey, I'm kind of hungry. Who's got the food?
Oh, shit. This is great. What are we supposed to do? Eat our feet?
You mean you didn't bring anything either? Oh, shit, this wasn't my idea. It was Vern's idea. Why didn't you bring something? What am I supposed to do? Think of everything? I brought the comb. Oh, great, you brought the comb. What do you need a comb for? You don't even have any hands.
In the end, Yana made me take a couple extra days of energy bars from her bag just to make sure I had enough food. Over the next 2 days, it became clear how much the Richmond Range would test my limits. So it's a really nice day out here in the Richmond Range in the South Island, New Zealand, but the bugs, especially near the rivers, are still quite vigilant. My feet are just covered in bites. The parts where I've itched them too much, they're turning into sores, which is dangerous. So I have to try to not itch them, but it's really hard not to itch. I was already a half day behind my planned schedule, so I tried to move fast to avoid falling even further behind. But the trail was all climbing as far as I could see.
Oh my God.
I know. We've been walking uphill now for 4 hours about, and finally I'm so happy. Up front of me is the hut.
That's incredible.
How do you feel? Oh, I'm so happy. I can't believe how long that was. That was crazy. The thing is, it's like I knew this morning, like I looked at the topo map, I knew exactly what it was gonna be, and I still couldn't believe that it never stopped going, you know? I thought I was done with the big climb for today, but I was clearly wrong, because behind me you can see there's a huge mountain with orange poles leading up it, and I thought originally that I'd already finished, but now I realize these orange poles go all the way to the top of that, and I have to get to the top. So, even if I make it, I was planning to do some extra miles today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that, even if I do get to the top of that darn thing. Ugh. By some miracle, I've made it to the top of the ridge above Mount Starval with this incredible panoramic view I'm exhausted, gotta keep going, but wow, it is a beautiful day out there. Well, I made it to Slaty Hut here in the Richmond Range. You can see behind me, it's just an incredibly beautiful night with a beautiful panorama of mountains all around. But wow, I'm tired. This is a doozy. It's a tough one, but incredibly beautiful. I'll see if I can get out of here in 5 more days of hiking. That's about all the food I have. Not sure I'm gonna make it in time. We'll see. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to see where I go next.